In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the front engine mount on this Toyota Camry with the 3-liter V6 engine. Let's get started. Looking from the front, between the radiator and the exhaust manifold, you'll see a 17mm bolt right here. That's what connects the engine mount to the engine itself, so let's remove that first. Once you break it free, you should be able to pull it off by hand. There it is. And now on the bottom, there are 3 14mm headed bolts in total. You can reach 2 from the top, 1 on each side. The third one we'll have to get from the bottom. There's one. And there's the other one. Now let's go underneath and remove the third one, which is in the front here. From underneath, you have a few 10mm headed screws or bolts that you have to remove to get this shield off so we can access the engine mount bolt, which is right about here. Peeling this away exposes our bolt. Here's that 14mm we're after. Remove this. And the engine mount is ready to go, but we'll have to lower it so we can support the engine. From underneath, you want to support the engine on the engine oil pan preferably. I have a couple blocks of wood that's going to spread the force of the jack. I don't want to just put the metal jack up into the oil pan. That will damage it. If you don't have a large block of wood like this, use a little one and put it on the corner of the oil pan. That's going to be the best area. And just put a little bit of pressure, raise it up about 1 inch at most. That's good. With it raised up, you'll be able to pull the engine mount out of its spot. I'm just going to remove this rubber boot and set it aside. It's only going to keep getting in my way. And now it's all about moving the engine mount and twisting it so that it can clear everything and come out of here. Wow, you can already see that is completely shot. There it is. I have a ton of debris here, and I'm just going to scrape it off of the frame. There was clearly a severe oil leak at one point, and the reason I'm cleaning it off mostly is so that the new engine mount can sit nice and flat. If it doesn't, well, the engine isn't going to be completely seated. That's what you want to avoid. So scrape all of this debris off. Hopefully yours isn't as bad. Go underneath the support bracket on the engine side. Perfect. Let's install the new mount. Now take the new mount, slide it down into position. Okay, before you actually put it on completely, if you took this boot off, reinstall it. What I'm going to do now is actually start in the bolts that I can visually see are lined up, and that's pretty much all of them actually, so that's great. That way when I set the engine down, I know that everything will go in smoothly. This top one was the only bolt that's different, 17mm headed bolt. The lower ones are all 14. The other advantage of doing this is once I start these, I know that that third one on the bottom from underneath will line up as well. There we go. If you have a magnet, that'll be the best solution to starting this bolt in. We're done lining up the mount and the bolts are in, so I'm going to lower the engine slowly and carefully. Perfect. Let's snug up the 2 bottom bolts. These were the 14mm headed ones. Now the torque for all of these bolts is going to be, for the US built model, 48 foot-pounds. If it's a Japan built model, 59 foot-pounds. I have to use a swivel for this, unfortunately, and I know that alters the torque spec a little bit, but it's the best I can do. That's tight. Perfect. Let's go underneath and install that last bolt. From underneath, install the last bolt. It should be lined up now that you've lined up and installed the other ones. There we go. Same torque spec applies to this as well. Reinstall the shield with any bolts that you may have removed.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.